Hello, I am Dr. Chaos. Welcome back to Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Last time we continued going through the dreadful crimes, and now we have three left. One there, one on the other side of the city, and then we have one we haven't even discovered yet. So, yeah. Quickly solve the murders, can do that all this time, and then it'll give me 5 episodes to do the Jack the Ripper stuff.
Here now.
That is to if I was to do it all in one max recording session. This is one where
Crushed by a Crete, the most hated man in London.
Can you imagine achieving such a title? One day my brilliance will bring me similar recognition.
Mr. Reed, what are you talking about?
It's of no consequence. What's important is that this man was hated by many, but who delivered the fatal blow?
sliding around. Okay. Yeah, I think that he's gonna finish off by killing someone. That's gonna be the final one. Him either going after or being killed by someone. Punctured to the gut, but he shot, stabbed, poisoned, crushed. Wow, that is a...
I know the man. He's hated by everyone. Surprisingly, it's not clear what killed him. I find multiple wounds. No need to send many people to jail for killing such a terrible man. What say you only arrest the single person who actually caused his death?
Well, it's assault on everyone else
I
anyway.
suspect that there is at least one deadly toxin in his system. He appears to have been stabbed with a perforating weapon, perhaps a spike of some kind. There would be bleeding and it would affect motor control right away, but death wouldn't come for another 6 minutes.
Okay, so the stab is a quicker death than... thing. $117, so... $6 minutes before 117. None of these. So after the Household Act... He was killed after the Household Act, then. Like, he would have been poisoned after the Household Act, then.
He owned this site and paid us. We all hated him because he looked for any excuse to cheat us out of our wages. I didn't hate him any more or less than my mates. That's around the time I'm given a few minutes to eat something. About then I would have been buying myself an apple at the stand down the street. That's around the time I'm given a few minutes. It's difficult to work properly. You'd have to know what you're doing to drop it at just the right moment.
The man's a right bastard. I hope he's smouldering in hell. I'm not a crane operator. I wouldn't know how to work that.
Eddie?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I should go back and ask about this. I should return and find out about this.
My best chum is maimed for life, and Ashton didn't care a fig. He deserved what happened. Beyond that, I'm mum.
Just add some a poisoned apple then.
He's my husband. Each day I bring him the household expenses just after he eats his apple. I also brought him his invitation to the knighthood ceremony, the one with the special scepter. Of course, he wasn't going to take me along. I often tie up my hair around a knitting needle. What business is it of yours?
Talk about it, yeah, so talk about it, the apple at 112. Stumbles pushed, so could be a stab, depends how long stab would have.
He stopped by here every day at the exact same time. He'd buy an apple and try to cheat me out of tuppence. But then most folks do that. He stopped by here every... Yeah, that sounds right. Came by for an apple.
Okay, so couldn't have been him then.
Ashton stops in front of this pub every afternoon to check on business. Ashton stops in front of this pub every afternoon to check on business rumours. Something of a bastard, Ashton. Told me he had a bit of jam on the side, if you know what I mean. Wife didn't know about it. Well, the bit of jam wants out, but he won't let her. That's the sort of fellow we're speaking of.
Interesting.
I wonder if someone could tell me more about this.
That was Ashton's doing. The man had it in for me. He paid workers to wreck my machines. Cost me a fortune. As long as he was around, I'd never prosper. As a matter of fact, I do carry a revolver at all times. It can be a dangerous neighborhood for a wealthy fella such as myself. This proves nothing.
Okay, so if you shot him as he entered, then yes, he would have. It said 12 minutes, right? Yeah, 12 minutes. If you shot him as he entered, which unlikely, he probably came in, then turned. Like, I doubt you. But it's shot in the back, so him leaving, that'd be. Yeah.
He's been coming to me for years. He's been coming to me for years. He arrives precisely at 1 o'clock and leaves 2 minutes later. He takes a bluish medication every day and prefers that I administer it. Mary is a trusted assistant. As far as I know, she's completely above board. Today, she swept the shop and prepared some medications. She also fetched herself an apple from the apple stand.
Oh, I bet she poisoned. Like, gave the
I
push.
see him here every day. He can be unpleasant, but I don't really know him.
Okay, green tint to the skin, that's what it said he had, so... Erratic movement up... Okay, so pinkish colour.
well now. I didn't ask about this.
This really is none of your business.
So blue medication, 102, if that's the case, he would have... Yeah, 102, he died at 117, that would be 118 that he would have died if it was by the blue thing. However, the pinkish colour, like so, can't be exactly blue. It's also when he did the radical movement had 102, so he did take the blue one. However, that wasn't what killed him. 1 minute too short.
Girl who works at the pharmacy? Yeah, she slipped me an extra threepence. She had a special app just for Mr. Ashton. I gave him that one when he come by. Mr. Ashton did look strange-like, eyes all yellowish, and then he turned pale after he bit into the apple. Almost green, really.
Haha, you can see a little bit of a stumble here. Okay. Doubt, wild foot stab. Tumbles pushed. So he would have died. To the 9 minutes. So 12, but no, that so it can't be either the poisons. So shot, like, if shot in the back, so I was leaving 117 plus, so 17 plus 12, that'd be 119. He would have died. Can't find anything about the stab. Yeah, I stumbled around some more here, which would have been about... which was 2 minutes after he ate that. I think it was Eddie. He dropped the thing on...
It was me for certain.
Yeah.
I watched the crate fall and crush him. He was still moving when it hit.
Oh.
He appears to have been stabbed with a perforating weapon, perhaps a spike of some kind. There would be bleeding and it would affect motor control right away, but death wouldn't come for another 6 minutes.
Ah, 6 minutes. Immediate motor control, so the stumbles perhaps push at 111.
I'll be the toast of the town.
Yeah.
A very unpleasant fellow. But what was that business about a knighthood ceremony? In any case, Mr. Raymond will have a story for Sherlock Publishing.
Off to the cake with you.
Okay, cool. Next one is down up here, conjuring after killing, so probably to do with some magician. But yeah, So we'll do all of the... We will finish the Dreadful Crimes this episode. Next episode, we'll move on to doing the Jack the Ripper stuff. Dickens.
My dear friend, the Ghost Club has an extraordinary case for you. Spiritualist Thaddeus the Amazing has predicted his own death at his next seance. Could you have a look?
Think he's already dead.
What is happening here?
Help!
Not yet. Someone, light the lamps.
Oh, he's actually dead.
Could have just stabbed himself. So I think it was meant to do an explosion type thing as a fake thing, and then...
I have no doubt that his powers were genuine. He was able to tell me of my daily comings and goings, and all manner of details that he couldn't possibly have known. He certainly was going to be able to put me in contact with my sister. I'm so sorry to lose Thaddeus. The oddest part is that he claimed all would be revealed to each of us before his death. I've been coming here to decide whether I should accept a marriage proposal. Thaddeus had been attempting to contact my departed sister so that she could give me advice. Thaddeus was a kind man who sincerely wanted me to make the best choice. Now what am I to do?
He was an incredible psychic. I came to clarify some personal financial matters. I don't understand what happened. He foretold his own death, but I didn't expect it to happen like this.
Think he was gonna fake electrocute himself, but then someone came in and stabbed him.
So frustrating. I had a simple question, but have had to come back for seance after seance, week after week. Each time Thaddeus divined a partial number from the other side, but never the entire correct number. Today he promised that I would get everything.
I sought him out after the death of Mittens. I was so hoping to hear from my loved one. I'm convinced Thaddeus could have communicated Mittens' wishes to me. I must know to whom Mittens wishes that I should leave my fortune. And now Thaddeus is lost to us. I shall never know. Mittens is my beloved kitty cat. She was run over by a milk wagon several weeks ago. I've been trying desperately to contact my sweet thing ever since. I'm not well, though, and likely haven't long to live myself.
So already this is dude suspicious. He is annoyed at not being able to... Him just basically pushing it again and forward again and again and again.
Really. Each week he gave a seance with all his clients present together. So many people makes everything much more dramatic. I attend Lady Ursula at these sessions. She's ailing and needs someone to help her along. I have no particular belief in an afterworld, but if it comforts Milady, I see no harm.
Interesting. Interesting.
Well now, I didn't ask about this.
That is interesting. And it's, you know, get him to sign, get him to sign.
Thaddeus felt that if I signed some papers, it would demonstrate to my dead father that I had absolute trust in Thaddeus.
Interesting.
Looking for trouble.
Sorry, why did I hear Carl Franz? One of those voices was clearly Carl Franz. Speaking of Carl Franz, I should probably play, like, get some non-Assassin's Creed stuff recorded.
Lady Ursula's health is not good at all. And now she's lost her cat, it's almost like she has nothing left to live for. He's been Lady Ursula's butler for years. We have plans to marry. But first, Douglas needs to put together a little nest egg. He says he'll have some money soon. Lady Ursula was planning to leave her fortune to her cat Mittens. Since the cat passed on, she's been going to that spiritualist in hopes that Mittens will tell her what to do with the money.
So obviously he would have faked his own death. Oh, I see. He would have faked his own death. The doctor on scene would have went... So, it seems the dude's basically a charlatan. He would fake it, so he would get lots of people to pay lots of money to him to basically talk to their loved ones and ancestors and stuff. Then he would have a doctor on call who would then proclaim him dead after a fake death explosion. However, someone saw has made it a real death this time by, you know, stabbing him. Meanwhile, everyone had like had secrets of some way, shape, or form, like, and I guess they would all be exposed by kind of blackmail.
I wonder if someone could tell me more about this.
Never trust a man who tells you what you want to hear. He's after something. Taking advantage of my daughter's love for her departed sister. With that charlatan gone, things can get back to normal. My daughter's engagement to Everett Boyd can be announced at last. Janice's elder sister was strong-willed. Janice always followed her lead. That's why it's so sad that she asks for advice, even in death. Time for Janice to think for herself. I know what's best for her. A girl Janice's age should be married. Everett is a very sensible young man from a good family. He'll be very successful, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, but you were nowhere near, so I doubt you were the one who actually murdered him.
Her father mentioned this swindler to me. I understand it's because of him that my engagement has been delayed. Janice is a lovely creature. I would be honored were she to accept my proposal. I do adore her. I know the owner of a local brewery, and I'm convinced his business will flourish. He just needs some financial backing. Now Janice is free to be married at last. I'll invest my dowry in the brewery and make a fortune.
Yeah, so this is probably going to be a longer episode regardless. So, okay, so...
That's me. Yeah, some fella come by here every so often. Gives me a silver sixpence if I tell him everything about the folks in that house. Nothing unusual about him. Just a regular fella. I've seen him go into that building over there.
Big building, not a lot in.
well now. I didn't ask about this.
Okay, let's go over to Robert's house quickly. But yeah, I don't think that... So obviously not an actual psychic. He... basically gets the alleged doctor to go and find stuff out about his clients, gets them to pay an exorbitant amount, tells them exactly what they want, and I guess sometimes blackmails them.
My brother has become obsessed with some secret bank account. He inherited almost all of my father's fortune, as well he should as the male heir. But some was locked in a secret account. I think it unlikely that it should be a significant amount. I went along to the seances a couple of times. I thought it was a waste of my brother's time. Power of attorney to a psychic? That sounds very unusual indeed.
I mean, so the only person who actually knows about so claims most of it is in the account.
You think someone paid Thaddeus to tell my lady that a cat wanted them to inherit? Well, that would be quite a clever scheme indeed.
Oh.
I simply do not believe it. And if you're implying that my butler was paying Thaddeus, I must ask you, why would a great psychic do the bidding of a common butler?
My own sister, paying Thaddeus off? I thought he was a bit too insistent that I sign that paper. Well, Anne is going to get a good talking to, believe you me.
Good Lord, you found the office? I admit it then. Thaddeus and I traveled the world, bamboozling the gullible and then exposing the swindle. But his death was meant to be a fake. I have no reason to want Thaddeus dead. Quite the contrary.
You believe that Everett paid Thaddeus to manipulate me? It cannot be true. Thaddeus knew all of my comings and goings. He genuinely could communicate with the world beyond.
He was going to reveal my
Yeah,
plot.
yeah.
He paid the price for betraying a fellow
Yeah.
crook.
So he figured out that it was gonna
This Thaddeus fellow was rather
expose
too
it.
clever by half. But you pieced it all together very cleverly. Mr. Raymond was particularly interested in this one. He admired the duplicity of Thaddeus.
So the dude, yeah. That was honestly a random guess. I don't entirely sure how getting to it. Ooh, murder at the palace. Let that. So yeah. I'd say it shouldn't take more than 20 minutes to do this final murder. But I assume that the dude has something to do with it. Abilene? Abilene? I assume that what's his name has something to do with it.
There has been a murder at the palace. I need you to be careful with this one. Anti-royalist pamphlets have been cropping up and tensions are high. The Queen is very nervous about security. This way.
Yeah, but I vaguely remember seeing one of them. Come on, Abilene, hurry up a little. I don't have all day. Nice to see that gate actually open, though. Kind of surprised they didn't do one of the murders was done by an assassin and you have to kind of either risk exposing the Brotherhood or take them down yourself.
Here we are. Good luck.
God save the Queen and all that. So, no signs of violence, so probably a poison.
I should return and find out about this.
Please, leave the room for a moment. No one is permitted to see me open the safe.
Imagine that someone was after the scepter. I must see it. I ordered the scepter with the dove to be brought from the tower.
Oh, I think the dude's trying to steal the scepter.
Thank
untouched.
I should go back and ask about this.
One of them was obviously killed. We remember that.
The poor man. I arrived to find him here, dead as you see him. He gave his life to defend my person. Only I know the combination. The vault contains the very precious scepter with the dove, which I've chosen to be used in tonight's knighthood ceremony. This evening, I will knight several industrialists that have worked to end the practice of child labor. All of London's luminaries are invited.
Interesting. Oh, that is far away. You know what? Maybe no, this is just going to be a super long episode to try and finish them off. That is ages away, though. Wow.
You know who I am?
Some random dude.
Careful! This one bites! Yeah. You're gonna get it now!
Okay, let's go. So obviously it's not going to be the queen. So child Arthur Door has went missing. Is Arthur the small child that basically goes around with us to the murders? Like, is basically that one dude's assistant. Okay, something man-sized came in, like went in, tried to get the scepter, which has been, it's kind of a thread like running through the.
He
said he was onto something. Said everything added in clues. I did see Artie's friend, Mr. Raymond. He'd just come from Sherlock Publishing with his new Penny Dreadful. Seemed very excited about it. I never liked him much.
Oh, the two kids from...
Artie's been all in a state. Thinks there's some sort of master criminal on the loose. Then this morning, he's gone.
Well now, I didn't ask about this.
Yeah, I think Raymond did.
Artie's been... Come to think of it, he had been going on about the Queen and all for the last day or two. Seemed to think she was in some sort of trouble.
You know, when he thought something was important, he'd write it up in invisible ink. Lemon juice like. He'd use smoke to read it. If you have a way to make smoke, you can see what it says.
Ah. So I don't know whether... So there's a bunch of linking things between them. The various of the murder mysteries. Apart from the fact that they are all turned into Penny Dreadfuls. But yeah, this is definitely gonna be a longer episode. Oh, he is prepared. Wow, that is not good. Yep. Publishing agency has some anti-royalist propaganda, which not looking good for them, let's face it. Yep, it's definitely Raymond. Thinking of it, Sherlock Publishing.
An explosion at Buckingham Palace. I must warn them.
So, but today it won't be God saving the Queen. Today it'll be me.
Come on!
With the explosives, the munitions factory. That was what's created by the dude who got shot by like the ex-general who was shot by one of his former underlings. Oh yeah, back to talking about the fake psychic. When it comes down to it, only the butler had anything to lose.
There's at least 100 people here for the knighthood ceremony.
Everyone leave, please!
That's extraordinary.
Cannot wait to see it.
Oh, come on.
I dare say I should be up for a knighthood.
There may be an explosion!
Most extraordinary.
Everyone must leave! There may be an explosion!
It's fine. I grant you leave to order me to leave.
Yeah, they are not. Isn't gonna get out in time. She is slow.
I've saved them. Nothing is happening. No explosion. What is this? I've been tricked. Raymond, why has he done this?
You are more naive than you appear.
Look beyond the obvious, beyond surface appearances.
So he could get in without anyone.
Look beyond the obvious, beyond surface appearances. Look beyond the
So he could have no one there.
Nothing but a showman. So many people makes everything more dramatic.
Diversion, criminal master.
Seems to me you've created the perfect diversion, haven't you? I found the same clues you found. I knew there was to be an explosion, and I led you here to save everyone. I'm as mystified as you are that nothing happened. You've helped me herd all those dreary people to certain death. We shall hear the Quite right.
I brought him his invitation to the knighthood ceremony. The one with the special scepter.
He's trying to steal the scepter. When no one's around. wish I could run in here.
Never trust a man who tells you what you want to hear. He is after something.
While you were chasing all those people around, I absconded with the Queen. A hefty ransom is now due. A man like me can take anything he wants. Even the Queen's most beloved item of all her crown jewels. The priceless and symbolic scepter with the dove.
And then this is...
I needed you to distract every... The scepter with the dove taken with your help. What could better display my genius?
No one questions you when you wear a uniform.
Oh. He pretended to be the corpse. He pretended to be the dead guard. He broke in, lying on the floor, so he knows the code. Oh, he knows the code. And as he knows the code, because he, you know, lay there pretending to be dead. Oh, that is clever. So...
I suspect the solution will turn on geometry.
But he was lying right there. He was lying right there.
I simply watched the Queen open the safe when you arrived. Quite right. The dead guard was I. The spider venom allowed me to fake my death. I had a perfect view from where I lay. I have stolen the Queen's most prized possession, the scepter with the dove. Think of it. I have outfoxed you, the most cunning detective in Britain. I mocked you by leaving clues for you at every turning point. Now I have the scepter, proof positive of my superiority.
Evie, wake up! It's Raymond. He's taken Artie hostage. They're on the roof. Jacob's here to help you, Evie.
Keep him busy, Evie. It won't be long now.
Oh, that was clever.
I suppose this means our detective days are over. But what about you, Artie?
I'm glad I survived Mr. Raymond's insanity, but sadly he won't be here anymore to write more books.
A great loss, I'm sure.
I'm quite serious, Miss Evie. Me and my friends waited every week to read the next number and find out what happened next.
Why don't you write some yourself?
A fellow would have to be very clever indeed.
Sounds like you'd be in your element, my dear.
The gruesome Whitechapel murders by Artie.
I should think I would use my full name. By Artie Conan Doyle.
I'd use Arthur. Sounds more of a serious fellow.
So obviously it's some historical figure. Let me just quickly search it up. So he was the writer of Sherlock Holmes. That's the dude who... Artie is the one who wrote Sherlock Holmes. Oh, that is... So yeah, that little kid is the one who grows up to write Sherlock Holmes. That is... Oh. But now we have done everything except for but a couple of items around the place, but yeah. Now next time we're gonna start the Jack the Ripper story. Yeah. Goodbye for now.